obviously, the story of the week this week, and we're going to get into it for multiple reasons, is the Fasig-Tipton November sale, which is always a big day on the calendar. But this year was a bigger day for us because we had a connection through the show and through our buddy here, John, and his dad, Len. We're going to get to her in a little bit, but let's just go over some of the numbers at the Fasig-Tipton November sale, because these are eye-popping numbers, even if you're somewhat expecting it because of the quality of mare and the quality of the sale that they put on. They grossed over $100 million for the third straight year, 154 horses sold for over $101 million. The average was over $657,000, which was up almost 10% from a year ago. The median was $295, also up 18% from last year. So just a rock star sale across the board, had everything. Nest and Goodnight Olive were the co-toppers at $6 million apiece. You had several other multi-million-dollar fillies and mares. It's just a beautiful showcase for the horses, a lot of the horses that we've come accustomed to loving on the racetrack. And Nest and Goodnight Olive and Warren the Wheel certainly all fit that bill. And it's just done with such respect and such a festive environment for the buyers, the sellers, just for the fans who want to come in and see some great horse flesh as they move on to their new destinations and in most cases their second careers. John, before we get into Wonder Wheel, can you just take us inside the pavilion and talk about what the night was like overall?
You know, Joe, the way that Fasig has it set up, they have the weanlings sell first. So there's about 100, 120 weanlings that are cataloged. And there's like a slow build because these are well-bred babies. They look the part. And, you know, most of them are selling for above what their stallion averages are because they're stars. And then as the day turns to night and the sun goes down and the drinks start flowing, you start seeing some of these mares that are coming in the ring. And like you mentioned, it's, you know, Breeders' Cup winning Goodnight Olive, Champion Nest, Phasa, Search Results, Wonder Wheel, Secret Oath, Pizza Bianca, Moira, who's a Sovereign Award winner, and Tell Me No Lies, Grade 1 winner, and on and on and on. And it's like one superstar after the other. And, it's amazing because we talk about how, we need to have stars that stay in the industry and try to, convince people to continue to race them. And there was such a following and there was such electricity when these mares were coming in, and they had followings. There were fans that were coming in. Some of them were wearing Wonder Wheel shirts. Some of them were wearing Phasa hats. Some of them were wearing Goodnight Olive garb. I mean, it was amazing that there were almost as many fans that were there at night as there were buyers. And like you said, the numbers play out that the buyers were there in force. But I hadn't been to a Night of the Stars in a number of years, and I just don't remember a sale feeling that electric. And again, granted, I had a horse in the sale, I had two horses in the sale, so I was a little nervous going in and everything like that. But it wasn't nerves that I felt. It was like the palpable electricity in the air that was going on, where it was just one seven-figure horse after another. And it was all horses that you recognized. And what was really cool is that after the majority of these seven-figure horses went out of the ring, Fasig stopped and allowed people to clap and show their appreciation for the horse. And not that the horse understands that, but the people who represent the horse understand that, and the previous owners and the new owners and the breeders that are there. It's just a wonderful night of celebration. So it's celebrating racing, celebrating these mares that are going on to a new career, and some of them to a new country.
Yeah. No, and it's just like you say, it's such a unique environment and experience because this is a send-off to a lot of horses that we've gotten attached to and have respected and watched on the racetrack, because sales in general, it's a little bit commodifying. It's one horse in, one horse out, one horse in, one horse out. But when you have that showcase of those beautiful mares and those broodmare prospects, it's just a special environment, and it's just it lets people appreciate the horse in a way that maybe the horses aren't appreciated, at least publicly, all the time in this sport. Fasig does a great job putting the show on, so congrats to everybody on another awesome sale. Just a couple of notes before we move on to talk about Wonder Wheel in particular. Fasig still has the December 5th Midlantic December mixed and horses of racing age sale. That's at Timonium, December 5th. And then there's the digital sale, December 7th through the 12th. And also last week at the Fasig-Tipton October sale, West Point took 2 legs of 2 nice yearlings. One is an Omaha Beach filly, and one is a Street Sense colt that we're excited about. So Fasig October obviously is also very, very fruitful sale going forward. We're going to be shopping there as well.